Hello everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Plebdev Diaries. I am Hagen, the art guy for Plebin Studios, and for this video I wanted to show you guys what it is we have done since our last episode. I also wanted to talk a little about what it is we hope to gain from our game Socket Punch. So to summarize, this episode is going to be about all the stuff we've done, and also our goals and aspirations for the future. So first off, to begin this video, make sure to check out the first episode where I talked a little more in depth about the game Socket Punch. This time again, all my friends are still busy with other stuff, so for this episode it's just going to be me. I promise for the next episode there will be more technical info and all the cool programming features, and that we will get to the nerd stuff eventually. So to cap you all off from where we were the last episode, I finally got a proper microphone. I've also been modeling like crazy, and in the previous video you saw me working on the Buster Droid, and since then I've finally finished him up. And also all the other enemy assets, and I've now begun the process of working on the background. I also want to mention that I streamed a lot of the process of creating the enemies, and had a blast doing so. When I was finished with all the enemies, I rendered out some neat turntables for all of them. So here you can see the new and upgraded Robo Grunt. He is the main bad dude, and you will see literal hundreds of him on screen at once. I spent a long time trying to get him right, as he is basically the model you will see the most. I also created a Beambot, which is basically a ripped off Guardian from the Zelda game Breath of the Wild, both mechanics wise and visually. He will shoot giant lasers that will cut through friend and foe alike. We also have the Bombbot, who lobs grunts and parachuted bombs at you, and is basically a walking tank. He'll try to stay in the background and is a huge nuisance if left unchecked. And of course, the Buster Droid, which you saw me make from the previous episode, with his huge rockets that propel him around the map at crazy speeds. And finally, the Pregobot, a walking drone factory that spews out dangerous drones that attack you. This is my favourite model and enemy I've created for Socket Punch so far. There's just something about the pose and colour that I feel are super cool. The key aspect I made sure to keep consistent whilst creating these enemies was having an easy to read silhouette and strong colours, setting them apart from the background and each other. I know I mentioned that in the last episode, but it was by far the most important thing to maintain, since the game is going to be very clustered with stuff going on. I know Cymix has been working like crazy on some of the key gameplay loops, making sure that all the upgrades and gameplay elements work, and also making sure that the AI is all coordinated and smart. I know I've mentioned it 1,000 times, but it is so cool how many enemies we get on screen at once. And Cymix is a programmer for the Pleb development crew, and he does all the required nerd technical stuff. We have also barely begun working on the level assets and started touching the animation. I really wanted to talk about our goal for Socket Punch, and also what it is we hope to achieve. And although I cannot speak 100% for all the others, I think it is safe to say we are mostly all on the same page. So to begin with, even before we even began working on the game, we talked about the reasons why we wanted to create Socket Punch in the first place. This was important because we were finally in a place where we felt we had all the required skills and experience needed to create a fully fleshed game. And the answer was simple. It was within our scope to finish it. So that was our first and most important goal for Socket Punch, to fully finish and publish a game. We already had the well-received prototype that us and our friends thought was fun, so all we had to do was ramp it up to 11. And even though finish a game sounds easy enough, it entails a lot more than you would think. It means staying dedicated to only one project and seeing it through in its entirety, even if you're sick of it and have 100 better ideas. It means learning to set deadlines and systems in place to help accomplishing your goals. And it also means learning to stay consistent during long periods of time, which game development is. So after figuring out we wanted to finish a game, the second goal of Socket Punch was learning everything else that comes with publishing. All that non-game development stuff that we have no experience in at all. Like how to put a finished product to market, or how to advertise and write platform pages, or even how to pay taxes, or any of the other business related stuff I've surely forgotten. So all this is completely new to us, so the information and experience we hope to gain from publishing Socket Punch will be very valuable. And there are certain issues we can already see are going to cause us problems in the future. Like for example how competitive the game industry is, or how oversaturated the indie game market is now. And with Steam releasing over 20 games a day, it's going to be really important to learn how to stand out. But, on the bright side, with over 1.6 million purchases a month on Steam, it is very obvious that the game industry can be very profitable. So our goal is just to figure out how. So besides all that boring business stuff, Socket Punch is a perfect game for our goals. It's relatively small scope, it is very intense visually with lots of colours and contrast, which hopefully makes it marketable, and of course we have a Ludum Dare version with proof that people thought the game was fun. Because making a great game, of course, is the most important goal. So to summarize, what we hope to gain is learn how to finish a game from beginning to end, creating a fully fledged product. How to publish a game and get it on Steam and other platforms. Learn how to advertise and market a product. And other business related stuff. And most important of all, create a kick-ass game we're proud of. Luckily, making money isn't that important, or even the focus for this project. So, when we finally finish and publish our game, if you're interested in knowing how we did, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be sharing everything about how it went and what we learned. And who knows, maybe you get some valuable information along the way as well. And also, if you have any questions for us, or you just love the video, give it a like and comment below. The next episode is going to be about all that juicy tech behind Socket Punch and all the super smart game design decisions we made along the way. So that's something to look forward to. And that was it. See you next time.